Ever feel like you're just constantly playing catch up with the digital world
Oh, absolutely.
and moving so fast?
Right.
And it's like every day there's a new app, a new platform.
Right.
It can be a lot to keep up with.
Right.
Now, imagine trying to navigate that for an entire school full of kids.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about overwhelming.
It's a whole other level. Absolutely.
So we're talking cyberbullying, school safety concerns, even just figuring out what's appropriate online.
Yeah.
It's a minefield out there.
Yeah.
And it's something that schools, teachers, parents, we're all grappling with.
Right.
And that's why today we are taking a deep dive into Linewize, a company that's using AI to help schools create a safer digital environment.
And they're doing some pretty fascinating things. It's interesting how technology is not just being used to teach kids, but also to protect them in that space as well.
Right. It's like the digital safety net that schools never knew they needed,
Yeah.
but it's becoming increasingly clear that you need something like this in place.
Especially as things get more complex.
Exactly. So let's break down exactly what Linewize does.
Okay.
So one of their main tools is called Linewize Monitor. And this is all about real-time monitoring of online activity. So think school devices, school networks.
Mm.
They're keeping an eye on all of that.
Right. And it's not just about seeing if kids are goofing off on social media during class. We're talking about identifying really serious issues.
Yeah.
Things like cyberbullying, signs of self-harm, even potential violence.
It's almost like having a sixth sense, but for digital danger. So how does it actually work? Is it like they just flag certain keywords?
Well, it's way more sophisticated than that. It's not just about individual words. Linewize's AI is analyzing the context of online activity, the frequency, changes in behavior.
Okay.
For example, it can detect if a student who's normally, pretty active online suddenly goes silent,
Oh, right.
or if their language use takes a dark turn.
So it's not just reacting to a single instance. It's looking for those patterns and anomalies that might indicate something's really wrong.
Exactly. And what's remarkable is that they've already had some pretty incredible success stories, real-world examples of Linewise actually preventing dangerous situations.
Yeah, and I read about one case where Linewise identified a student who was researching weapons online
Right.
and making some very concerning statements
No,
on social
that's-
media.
Yeah.
And because of the system, the school was alerted. They were able to intervene, and thankfully, nothing happened.
It's a powerful reminder that this technology really does have the potential to, in the right circumstances, save lives.
It's proactive,
That's
right?
simply.
It's not waiting for something bad to happen. It's trying to get ahead of it.
Exactly.
And that's what's so important here. But, Linewise isn't just focused on what happens within the school walls. They also recognize that, parents play a huge role in all of this.
Definitely. And they offer a separate app called Custodio, which is designed specifically for parents to use at home.
So what does that look like?
So imagine being able to get a better understanding of what your child is actually experiencing online, what websites they're visiting, how much time they're spending on certain apps, even their browsing history. Custodio gives parents a window into their child's digital world. And that can be invaluable for starting conversations and setting healthy boundaries.
Right. Because it's one thing to, say, hey, you shouldn't spend so much time on your phone.
Right.
But it's another to actually have the data to back it up.
Exactly.
And to have those conversations that are rooted in what's actually happening. And here's the best part. It's free
Right.
for parents. So it really speaks to their commitment to making digital safety accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
Because not every parent can afford fancy software or has, the tech skills to figure it all out. But this levels the playing field.
It does, and it empowers parents to be more proactive in their kids' digital lives.
Yeah. And it's not about, being big brother. It's about being a supportive and informed parent. And speaking of support, let's not forget about the teachers who are on the front lines of this digital revolution every single day,
Right.
trying to keep kids engaged and learning in a world of distractions.
It's a constant battle, yeah.
So that's where ClassWise comes in. Think of it as a classroom management tool, but for the digital age.
Yeah. No more passing notes in class. Now it's all digital doodles and sneaking a peek at the latest, TikTok trends.
Exactly. I mean, I remember, gosh, back in my day, it was all about trying to hide a comic book under your desk.
Right?
Kids these days, they have it easy.
Right. They've got it way easier.
But with ClassWise, Teachers can actually see what students are doing on their devices in real time.
Yeah.
They can block distracting websites during class.
Right.
They could even share their screen with the entire class to keep everyone on the same page.
I keep them focused.
It's about creating that focused learning environment,
Right.
which is so, so essential, especially in today's world.
Definitely.
It all comes back to this idea of digital literacy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not just about restricting access to technology. It's about empowering kids to use it responsibly,
Yes.
ethically,
Absolutely.
safely.
Right.
And that's what's so important about what Linewize is doing. It's not just providing these tools, it's starting a larger conversation
Yeah.
about our relationship with technology
Right.
and how we prepare kids for a digital world that is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Linewize tackling this massive, and I mean, it's massive challenge of digital safety in schools head on.
Right.
From monitoring student behavior to enhancing campus safety to giving parents more control, helping teachers create those focused learning environments. It feels like the start of something big. It feels like the start of something important.
It does, and it raises some interesting questions, too. How do we balance the need for safety with the right to privacy?
Right.
How much oversight is too much?
Right.
Where do we draw those lines?
Exactly.
And how do we prepare kids for a digital future that we can't even fully imagine yet?
Yeah.
It's a conversation that we're just starting to have,
Absolutely.
but one that's more important now than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
So as we move further into this digital age, it's really got me thinking, how will technology continue to shape education and parenting
Yeah.
in the years to come?
Yeah.
And what role will we each play in shaping that future?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. It is.